Catnap is still alive, and I have some pretty solid evidence. I know, it sounds absurd. We watched the prototype take him out right in front of our eyes. How could he be alive? Well, by the end of this video, everything will make perfect sense. To make sure we cover everything there is to know about why Catnap is still alive, let's dive into Catnap's origins, and I'll reveal how Catnap was able to fake his death at the end of the video. So make sure you watch to the end so you understand everything. I'm the Time Theorist, and here's why I think Catnap never died in the first place. Let's start with understanding who Catnap was. By looking at the Poppy Playtime wiki, we know that Catnap was originally a young boy named Theodore Granville. We also know that ever since he's lived in Home Sweet Home, he's had an imaginary friend commanding him to sabotage Playcare. We now know this imaginary friend to be the prototype. After getting into trouble trying to break apart of Playcare, Theodore Granville was taken into experiments where he was turned into the big villain we now know as Catnap. But Theodore, even in his new body, still refused to comply to his new job at Playcare, as seen in this tape.
Hey, Theo. How you doing, bud? That you weren't really getting along too well with the kids like everybody else was. But look at you now. The kids love you. And that red smoke, I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Theo, nobody's gonna save you. This prison is where you belong. We'll let you out here and there to go see the kids in Playcare, but your home is here. And as for the prototype, his home is in the labs. This is your life now. Get used to it.
Catnap was made to produce a gas that would force the children to fall asleep so they could eventually be taken into the testing labs. But this gas proved not only to make the children fall asleep, but began to make them see things as well. We even experienced hallucinations ourselves, having a giant nightmare Huggy Wuggys chase us down a hallway in Home Sweet Home. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make, this gas doesn't simply make us fall asleep, it also makes us see things. But how does this all connect to why I think Catnap might have never died in the first place? If you've paid close attention while playing the game, you might have noticed something odd about our encounters with Catnap. Catnap only seems to appear in places we've been warned has high amounts of red gas. In fact, the only time we ever see Catnap outside of a red gas area, he is worshipping the prototype, engraving the fact that Catnap is infinitely loyal to the prototype. But other than that one encounter with Catnap, it's important to note that every single other encounter we have with him involves us being surrounded by red gas. Is it just a coincidence that the same red gas that we know makes us hallucinate is where we constantly see Catnap? Sure, the argument can be made that Catnap is making this gas himself, but we know that places like Home Sweet Home and the counselor's office already have the giant gas production zone directly connected to it, so we know the gas is just naturally there. Side note, don't you think it's weird that after we get attacked by Catnap in the counselor's office, we are able to freely breathe in the red gas, even without a mask? Before this, being in red gas resulted in us taking damage and eventually dying, yet we can now walk around like nothing is going on. After being attacked by Catnap, I suspect that while we were in this dream sequence, we inhaled an immense amount of red gas, causing us to start hallucinating a lot. But after this event, we never see any other character in the game other than Catnap, who yet again only appears with a cloud of red gas surrounding him. And once we arrive at the final battle area, big surprise, it's full of red gas. If we are so sure that Huggy Wuggys in Home Sweet Home wasn't real, how do we know that Catnap is real in the finale to this chapter? We don't. Although the argument can be made that we actually died to Catnap while we live past Huggy Wuggys, the intention of the Poppy Playtime story does not end with us canonically dying to Catnap. It ends with us canonically defeating what we think is Catnap. But I don't think we saw what we saw. We've been shown to hallucinate before, so what's stopping us from hallucinating this as well? Call me crazy, but I believe that while we are all scrambling to find out who the new villain is for Chapter 4, I think we've already met him, and he's not going to spare us this time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. It's only my second video, so subscribing now means you've truly been here since the beginning, and I have many more theories to come, so make sure you don't miss out by subscribing with notifications on. Thanks for watching.